Hey guys, Kelsey Herber here with a brand new series entitled Gifts to Our Future Self. In this series, we are going to talk about how to allow our mistakes to lead to growth rather than feelings of failure. Well, to kick off this series, I wanted to share a leadership success with you in my personal life. And then I thought, well, Kelsey, that's not as entertaining. And two, as a counselor, I value vulnerability. And so I'm going to be vulnerable with you today, and I'm going to share with you a leadership failure from my book. So buckle your seatbelts. In one of my matches as the head coach of Huntington University's women's volleyball team, we were at a preseason tournament, and I was progressively becoming more and more frustrated as the match went on, just with how we were playing and how we were approaching that match competitively. Well, then it happened. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Something happened in the game that I would say is up there as far as maybe even top 3 worst things that can happen in a volleyball game, and I'm sure you can almost start to guess what it is. A free ball comes over the net. All 6 people on our side of the floor turn and look at that free ball coming over the net and watch it slowly fall to the ground and hit the floor. And like I said, that was it for me. And so I turned around and I looked at our bench, which was made up of individual chairs. And it's really important to me, I've made this commitment to myself that I never want to get to a place where my emotions lead me to be out of control, where I am doing something that I didn't make the decision to do. Well, I turn, I look at a chair, and I consciously think to myself, I am going to hit that chair, which I don't know if that makes it better or worse that I consciously decided to do this. Well, I turned and I smacked the back of that chair. But I did not plan for that chair to go boom and land on the ground. And so I slowly walked to the end of our bench and I'm standing there and I still have this serious look on my face, so my team knew I meant business. Internally though, I'm thinking, Kelsey Grace, what did you just do? You did not mean for that chair to hit the floor. It was so loud. What are the parents in the stands thinking right now? So I call a timeout and I bring my team in and I start to have a passionate conversation with them. And I start to say this sentence. I want you to want it as badly as, and you probably know what I'm about to say. Maybe you've had a coach say this to you before. And I know I've had coaches say this to me before. I want you to want it as badly as me. And I never liked it when coaches would say that because I felt like I was being misunderstood because I really did want it. It just wasn't going well. So I caught myself in that moment with my team and thought, this is not what I want to say. So I paused and I filled the blank in with the first thing that came to my mind, which was, I want you to want it as badly as everyone else in this gym, which made no sense. And so then I send them back out onto the floor and we end up losing the match. And I go home that night and I have a conversation with my husband. And I was just feeling discouraged and frustrated with myself and felt like I had made a mistake. And I'm so passionate about coaching and wished I would have handled that differently. Well, then my husband said something to me that has changed my life. He said, Kelsey, this experience can be a gift to your future self because your future self now has this wisdom and has learned from this scenario and won't do that again. And it completely changed my perspective. I now realize that my mistakes can lead to growth, can be a gift to my future self, that I don't have to make the same mistake again, instead of these feelings of failure and getting stuck there. So we're gonna take a deeper dive into that these next few weeks, and I'm really excited to do this with you. It's gonna be a fun one. Some discussion questions for you guys this week. Number 1, how do you typically respond to a mistake on or off the floor? And number 2, what is one of the most valuable lessons you've learned in your life after having made a mistake? A challenge for you this week. I want you to simply take note of how you respond to a mistake on or off the floor. And if you're really brave, Ask a teammate or coach what they see in you after you make a mistake. Let's not allow our mistakes to hold us back any longer, but rather to lead to growth and a gift to our future self.